While we continue to learn more about the Omicron variant, it does appear that vaccines continue to provide important protection from severe illness, although perhaps slightly reduced from Delta.
I think it's awful. It's appalling. I mean, it's Christmas time, and they're telling us we're not allowed to carol, we're not allowed to congregate with our families, we're not allowed to have dinner with each other. You can't have your grandma over for coffee if it's more than 10 people. They're segregating us and isolating us to comply with their mandates, but it doesn't even make sense because even the vaccinated have to comply with the same mandates that us unvaccinated people have to. So this tyranny it's affecting everyone. So I don't even know why people would comply in the first place.
Well, I don't know where this is going to go next. You know, these people who, like Rachel Notley, are saying it's okay to go door to door and to visit the unvaxxed and try to mandate vaccinations or whatever, or some of Gondek's comments. These people are going to start to be visited at their homes.
The government should closely examine AHS data on who isn't getting vaccinated and where they live.
People continuing to stand after months and months against vaccine mandates and for medical freedom. If you want to support these people's efforts and support the legal battle against this medical tyranny, go to fightvaccinepassports.com.
Warning, censorship.
Adam Soos here for Rebel News, and we are at Central Memorial Park here in Calgary, where folks are again out in force with about a couple hundred people here and a continuously growing crowd. These people are having their voices heard and standing against vaccine passports and for freedom of medical choice.
What I learned from history is this, that they will never stop. They will keep coming, they will keep stealing until they will ruin everything.
We're just out sharing the latest variant. It's called CFS, Common Friggin' Sense.
Once again, Adam, I'm living my best apocalypse. This is a beautiful thing that's going on. All these people are marching for freedom. They want to get rid of the vax passports. Bylaw 65M2021 is effective at nothing and only creates hate and divide.
Guys, I have to ask, this is going to be the last protest before Christmas is upon us on Saturday. What do you make of these Grinch-like companies out here letting people go over this nonsense right as Christmas is upon us?
That's just terrible. It's terrible. I can't believe it. And I can't believe that people are going along with it. Nobody's standing up.
Right? It's fascism. They're carrying out the orders of the government, right? This is tyranny in full effect.
We're supposed to be brothers and sisters in this country. We're a country.
I think it's really cruel because, you know, people need to feed their families, put food on the table, and provide, you know, a warm place to stay. And now they're not probably going to be able to afford that. They're going to have to find another means of providing for their family. And it might take, you know, as they say, sometimes good people need to do bad things. And that's what it's going to lead to eventually, I think.
I think it's unacceptable, and I wish people would clue into the fact of what's really going on here, the bigger picture. There's such a bigger picture, and once people realize the truth of what's going on, it'll make everyone's stance probably way different, and that's what we need. We need as a collective to join together and stay strong together against the tyranny.
I think it's awful. It's appalling. I mean, it's Christmas time, and they're telling us we're not allowed to carol, we're not allowed to congregate with our families, we're not allowed to have dinner with each other. You can't have your grandma over for coffee if it's more than 10 people. They're segregating us and isolating us.
And just a way of update for me anyway is that I am no longer a constable. This morning, after a letter written to me about ceasing and desisting, basically, of speaking with you and others, that I put in my resignation because I cannot abide by those rules anymore. I'm not going to be here and just not say anything.
Well, I am very happy that you are continuing to take this honorable stance to do the right things. Have you heard from other officers who are maybe still on the force? We know that there are people who are apprehensive and opposed to vaccines, but they haven't yet come forward. Have you heard from any of those folks?
I have heard from some of them. What I've been hearing is that there are lines in the sand that it's going to cross for them, and it's happening sooner. than later. Things are changing really quickly, and I think we'll be seeing more and more of them actually stepping up.
And for those officers who do come forward and are willing to take a stand to defend justice, to honor their oath, we want to thank them and encourage them, because we are going to help, as we did with you, get their voices out in this important stand for freedom in Canada.
You know, I don't know where this is going to go next. You know, these people who, like Rachel Notley, are saying it's okay to go door to door and to visit the unvaxxed and try to mandate vaccinations or whatever.
Yeah.
The government should closely examine AHS data on who isn't getting vaccinated and where they live.
Or some of Gondek's comments. These people are going to start to be visited at their homes.
Yeah.
This is already happening in British Columbia. You have the NDP MLA in the north end of Vancouver Island who had a sit-in at their office and then a protest at their home, a vigil, if you will. There's no way they don't know this is wrong.
That is no vaccine passport at all.
No vaccine passport at all.
Absolutely not. Freedom, that's what we are looking for, right?
Very disappointing. There's no compassion. And you know what? They have to have a choice. People have to have a choice.
Well, yet another freedom protest is in the bag here in Calgary, but these folks are far from done. They're going to continue fighting for freedom and fighting against medical tyranny well into the new year. For the time being, these people are on break. To those people who have lost their jobs right before Christmas, we're very sorry for what you're going through, and we stand in solidarity with you. For those government officials who've made these policies possible and have generated all this outrage from these people who care about their fellow Canadians, it's time for you to do the right thing. As always, I want to thank you all for tuning in. For Rebel News, I'm Adam Soos. Continuing to stand after months and months against vaccine mandates and for medical freedom. If you want to support these people's efforts and support the legal battle against this medical tyranny, go to fightvaccinepassports.com.